In the village of Umuocha, where the sun licked the earth like a hungry dog and the palm trees swayed as if hiding secrets, there lived a woman named Mama Nkechi. She was no ordinary market woman, oh no. Mama Nkechi sold belly fat. Not the kind you fry with plantains, but the kind that whispered when the wind blew, the kind that jiggled with a life of its own. Her stall was tucked between Auntie Ngozi's dried fish and Brother Emeka's palm wine, and though the villagers bought her wares with trembling hands, none dared ask where the fat came from. Mama Nkechi herself was a mountain of flesh, her belly rolling like the hills beyond the village, her laughter thick like bubbling stew. She would sit on her low stool, fanning herself with a dried plantain leaf, calling out in her deep, honeyed voice, "Come oh! Fresh belly fat, for cooking, for medicine, for other things." And the people would come, dropping cowries into her gourd, avoiding her eyes. One evening, as the market closed and the shadows stretched long like lazy cats, a stranger appeared. His name was Okonkwo, the drum beater. Tall as an iroko tree, his skin dark like burnt charcoal, and his eyes, two white moons in a midnight face. He carried a drum, not the kind children played during festivals, but one wrapped in python skin, its surface etched with symbols that made the elders clutch their chests and walk faster. Okonkwo stopped before Mama Nkechi's stall, his nostrils flaring as if smelling something rotten beneath the scent of smoked fish and spices. "Mama," he said, his voice like gravel underfoot, "I hear you sell the fat of the unwilling." Mama Nkechi's smile didn't waver. "What is unwilling today may be grateful tomorrow, my friend. What do you need?" Okonkwo leaned close, his breath hot. "I need the fat of a woman who died with a song on her lips." The air grew heavy, even the flies stopped buzzing. Mama Nkechi's fingers twitched toward the calabash beneath her stool, the one wrapped in black cloth. "That one is expensive. I have something better than cowries," Okonkwo said. He tapped his drum once, boom, and the sound slithered through the market, making the pots rattle. Mama Nkechi licked her lips. "What do you offer?" "A story," said Okonkwo. "The story of how you became the seller of belly fat." Now, Mama Nkechi never spoke of her past. The villagers whispered that she had once been a midwife, that she had stolen the fat of newborns, that she had made a pact with the river goddess. But no one knew for sure. Her smile faltered, just for a heartbeat. Then she laughed, loud and false. "Stories are for children, drumbeater. Show me real payment." Okonkwo's fingers danced on the drum, boom, ba boom, and the sound wrapped around Mama Nkechi like a snake. Her belly jiggled, not from laughter, but from something inside pushing against her skin. Her eyes widened. "Wah! What is this?" "The truth," said Okonkwo. "The fat you sell remembers its owners." And then, the screaming began. From Mama Nkechi's stall came voices, high, low, weeping, laughing. All trapped in the rolls of fat she had sold. The calabash beneath her stool cracked open, and thick, glistening strands slithered out, coiling around her ankles. The villagers who had lingered to watch now ran, their shouts swallowed by the drum's relentless beat. Mama Nkechi stumbled back, her bulk shaking. "Stop, take whatever you want, just stop the drum." Okonkwo's eyes gleamed. "I do not want your fat, Mama. I want the name of the one who taught you to steal it." She trembled. The fat around her waist writhed, forming shapes, faces, mouths begging for release. It was. Before she could speak, the ground split open beneath her. Not the earth, no, her own belly. A gaping hole, and from it poured not blood, but women. Dozens of them, their bodies stitched together from fat and memory. Their hollow eyes fixed on Mama Nkechi. "You promised us life," they whispered. "You lied." Okonkwo beat the drum faster, and the women surged forward, dragging Mama Nkechi into the hole in her own flesh. She screamed, but the sound was cut short as her body folded inward, swallowed by the very thing she had sold. Then, silence. The drum stopped. The market was empty, save for Okonkwo and the cracked calabash. He picked it up, sighed, and tucked it into his waistband. As he turned to leave, a small voice called out, "Drumbeater." A child stood there, little Adana, the one who sold roasted corn. Her eyes were too old for her face. "Will you take her place now?" Okonkwo smiled, but it didn't reach his eyes. "No, small one. The market always needs a seller. But remember, never buy what you cannot pay for." And with that, he vanished into the dusk, the echo of his drum lingering like a warning. That night, the villagers dreamt of swollen bellies and singing tomatoes. And by morning, a new stall stood in the market. A stall selling drums.